All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great start to the week. We are here in Raiderland. We're glad you're with us tonight in the Arctic Air Studios. It was like 80 degrees or more. Truck said 89. Yeah, winter's coming. You know what to do. If the unit couldn't handle, your unit couldn't handle the summertime temps, it ain't going to make it through the winter. Call the Bear. CallTheBear.com, the best in Lubbock heating and air conditioning. Now, what are we doing tonight? Well, on Mondays, we find out who gets your Raiderland Helmet Sticker for being awesome, sports or otherwise. A lot of choices out there, a lot of people to give it to. We also find out what do we know today? What do we know this week to start the week? What do you know about Tech football after Saturday in Baylor? What do you know about the Big 12? What do you know about the Kansas City Chiefs undefeated? I mean, really, they're going to take down the Miami Dolphins from 72. They're going to do it this year, aren't they? What do you know? What do you not know? Sports and otherwise. And then we should probably ask your confidence level as a Tech fan because we had a commentary today that Tech fans are whipsaw right now on Joey McGuire. You love him, you hate him. You love him, you hate him. I haven't seen anything like this since the days of Spike Dykes, a little bit. That one week he's a genius, you're in first place. The next week he's stupid, you've got to fire him. Not every fan, and probably not a lot of you folks who watch this show, because you're highly intelligent, you're highly informed, and you're highly engaged. So I ask you to look around your friends, the ones who are texting you during the game and different stuff. And, why do you think that is right now? What is it with Joey McGuire that creates that huge swing of emotion with Tech fans? He's winning. He's winning Big 12 games. Got you in first place. Controls your own destiny. You control your destiny 4 games into the Big 12 conference slate to get to the title game. You tell me. Product placement right there. Let's do it in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. Started your day on the website. It was awesome. You got the Raiderland hot links. You were firing away in the comments section on what we were talking about tonight. All those things. Start your day every day at theraiderland.com. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza, domino's.com. 2 Monday night games tonight. We start one here pretty soon. The early game, Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Then we've got the Chargers in Arizona. Neither one really makes me want to stay up, but it makes me want to have great Domino's pizza. Now, I had some over the weekend. My wife got me thin crust, double pepperoni. It was fantastic. Also by Pete's Tire in Ropesville, Texas. Doesn't matter whether you're in Lubbock, La Mesa, out to the west, Levelland, going back east. They travel. They will take care of you on the road. And if you're in farming or ranching, they can handle all the big trucks, the big tires, the tractors, and everything else. They're fantastic people. Pete's one of the great people in Ropesville. You need to have that on your cell phone at all times if you travel around the South Plains in West Texas. Pete's Tire Service. They will come to you. I don't care how crappy your little car is. They'll come out there. They'll fix it up. They'll come get your truck taken care of. United Supermarkets taking care of all the communications, whether you are on YouTube, and we love our YouTube people. A lot of YouTube people getting in these days. We love our people on Twitter X, and of course on Facebook Live. But Market Street makes it happen. And then all the Western wear. I got this shirt at Boot City, 1 money, 7 mile outside the West Loop. I thought it was done for the year. I really did. And then it was like 80-something degrees today. I said, hell no, I'm still rocking the red, white, and blue. First day of early voting in the state of Texas. Get out, vote early, vote often. And judging from police reports today, you guys were out there voting early and voting often. I appreciate that. What do we know today? What do you know about Tech football? What do you not know? What do you know about the Big 12? Helmet stickers, Tech confidence level as a fan, the Joey McGuire question. Why do you guys go back and forth? NFL, we have that. Got a lot of other things we might get to as the night goes on. You guys drive the conversation every night. That's what we appreciate. That's why I started doing this In 1994, the Williams and Hyatt show begins. And I told my program director, I said, we have on this station multiple national shows that find out what the people in Chicago have to say, and Los Angeles and Dallas and whatever. We don't have a single show that finds out what the people in West Texas want to say. And when I started the Williams and Hyatt show with me and Don Williams, and then it was just sports talk. There was sports talk with Williams and Hyatt. And then we finally said, yeah, everybody knows we're talking sports. Shorten the name. It was all about giving you a voice. Nothing has changed. Am I on a radio station today? No. Was I on a radio station for damn near 3 decades? Yep. Every day? Yep. I still do radio, just not on a radio station, and I do it the way I want to and the way I think you guys like it. I care more about what you have to say and giving you a voice than anything else. Let's do it. Let's get it going. James, thumbs up. I hope that means the audio is good and the video is good. D. Wayne, one of our Facebook. No. Why do I see that and go Facebook? I don't know. One of our YouTube people. I love Joey. We're doing great. 5-2 is good. I just hate getting blown out by anyone, especially in-state rivals. Texas Tech going to win out and go to the Big 12 championship. I don't think they will. I haven't seen anything about this team that tells me right now that I should expect that. But they're winning games, and they have been winning games. Lynn, good evening. The talking box is on, says Craig. Anybody can tell me where that started. I'll give you a little round of applause. James on Facebook. See, I got that one right. No, the Chiefs. I know. The Chiefs win by Clint Eastwood, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The Chiefs win right now with defense. The Chiefs win right now by not making too many mistakes. The Chiefs win by Patrick Mahomes being unselfish enough to throw interceptions, live with it, maximize the talent they've got. Fascinating. I've never seen in the last 40 years an NFL dominant era team dramatically change how they win. Hyper offense early on with the Mahomes. Now it's hyper defense. Never seen it. Credit to them. What do you know today? What do you not know? Helmet stickers. Who was awesome this week? Who you want to celebrate? Texas Tech soccer. All they do is win. You want to know something? Here's something you should know. Tom Stone, Texas Tech soccer should be emulated by every team sport at Texas Tech. Nobody has a better culture. Nobody does it better than Tom Stone and Texas Tech soccer. Nothing. Not basketball, not baseball, not football. Nobody does it better right now than what Tom Stone is doing. Pay attention to whatever he's doing. Something we know on a Monday. All right? D-Wayne, we know that Mahomes completely trucked that defender and made me so happy. That was reminiscent of the run against Buffalo a couple of years ago. Lynn, thin crust, double pepperoni on Domino's. I love the New York style they have right now. I call it Brooklyn style. Call it New York style, Brooklyn style, whatever you want to call it. Fold it over, you get it. It's great. That's my second favorite, but still will always be the thin crust. Always double pepperoni. Damon, the talking box is on. What does that mean? Tell me what it means. Randy's jumping in on Facebook. Does Boot City stack them deep and sell them cheap? We got to move them out. They have, it's amazing as you walk farther and farther back in the store at Boot City, you're like, we got a lot of boots here. You're going, did they have that in my size? Unbelievable. Helmet sticker, Jeff, on YouTube. Helmet sticker to all the fans who stayed until the very end Saturday. If you left, more power to you. If you left that game, you probably should have. Unless you are friends and family, you owe it to nobody to stay through Drek like that. Texas Tech is a restaurant serving food. Like the food, stay. Don't like the food and the service, go. Harsh reality, I know, but that's true. In fact, I would say helmet sticker to the people who left early. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. I don't know what that means. CJ, I know that both UCF and Iowa State are good. UCF is average. Iowa State is good. Great, good. We love your show, CJ. Thank you. It's awkward and off-putting, but I thank you for that. On the show today, hi there. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza, Pete's Tire Service. You can go to Pete's and Ropes and get new tires. They got a great selection. If you got big ass trucks and you're driving around Lubbock and West Texas, I'm tired of paying like a crap load of money for the truck tires I got to pay. Go over to Pete's, check it out, see what they can do for you. I mean, if they can put it on a John Deere, they can put it on your truck. Rob, Red Raiders could win out or lose the remaining. I'm not sure who they are. Well, that's why we ask on a Monday, what do you know? What do we know about Tech football right now? We heard Joey McGuire today talking about various and sundry things. And at the end of it, it was a lot of, we gotta fix a lot of things. Well, yeah, you do. Have we been into a season where you're 5-2 into it and you still don't know who they are, or you're concerned that you know exactly who they are? And I think we ought to be more on we know exactly who they are. They have to play perfect on offense and defense. They have to play damn near perfect on special teams to win. You win one-score games, and we complement that. Winning one-score games are hard. Losing one-score games are easy. Winning one-score games are hard. So maybe take a minute and go, okay, the culture is good. The mind is right. The physical and the execution, not so right. Saturday was a total meltdown. We talked about it on Raiderland Rewind. I'm sure you guys have seen it. But winning one-score games is hard, and that's why, and I hope I didn't lead you guys down the primrose path last week into thinking, and I saw stuff on the internet that, media people and all these people were saying, and Tech fans were walking around campus and the players were saying this. I think it was, I guess it was on the pregame show on either radio or something. I don't know. But if I led you down the road to thinking that it was easy the rest of the way for Tech, then I am a dumbass, because it ain't. Their margin of error is here, right here. If that. So we ask who they are today. That's who they've been all year. Back to the comments. Brought to you by United Supermarkets and Market Street, where you can go in and go to the butcher shop area. I call it the butcher shop. The meat area, the seafood area, and everything else. And you're going to find something you like there. In the little seafood area, like 98th and Quaker in Lubbock is one of them. Hey, you can go get seafood. You can get fish seasoned, steamed, and just bring it home that way. They do that for you. It's incredible. It's a great deal. For me, I can't do it because we live so far out of town that, it's, not going to work out. You guys in town, though, you can do it. It's good. Chris, soccer has had injuries. They still win. Soccer, Tom Stone, Raiderland Helmet Sticker. They get mine this week. 100%. Fake Natalie Maines, who may or may not be the real Natalie Maines, who may or may not have worked at a Lubbock Tex Italian restaurant. Can Joey go through Tom Stone's coaching camp? Dude, they ought to. I'm gonna go off on a tangent right now. Can I go off on a tangent? Somebody tell me if I can go off on a tangent real quick. I'm gonna go off on a tangent. And I've done this before. As athletic departments have grown, not just Texas Tech, but Texas Tech in particular, because we're speaking of that. Back in the day, all the coaches were basically in the same building. You had a culture in a building down there on the south end zone where women's basketball was all the way to the east, football all the way to the west, and every sport was in between. Baseball, this, softball, that. When you had softball, you brought softball in, basketball, all the sports, track and everybody. And the coaches saw each other and the athletes saw each other, and they were cross-communicating and cross-pollinating. Don't take that the wrong way, but there was a little bit of that going on. and you had a culture. You had a single culture in a single building. Today, baseball is over here, football is over here, basketball is over here, men's basketball is over here, women's basketball is there, and the wobble and whatever, softball down here, track definitely over here. There is no singular culture at Texas Tech in athletics, for better or for worse. So when I see somebody say, "Can you go through the Tom Stone coaching camp?" that fascinates me because there is no real culture, in my opinion, in college athletic departments anymore. Not a singular culture. Now you can have a strong AD. You can have a strong AD, top to bottom, message, coaches, everything else disseminates. We know the flow chart, or it can go that way, or it can go that way, but they're not around each other. In the early 90s, I think it was 94, 95, Tech football goes to the Cotton Bowl. Men's basketball wins, I believe, the Southwest Conference tournament, makes the tournament. They get in the postseason. Lady Raiders win the Southwest Conference, and baseball wins the Southwest Conference. That I think it was 94, 95 or 93, 94, either one. And there was a cohesive idea in the department, in the program. It's long gone. So yeah, interesting comments there by Joey talking about going to Tom Stone's coaching camp. James, helmet sticker to the Petersburg band. They made it to state for the first time this weekend. Well, what had they been doing last weekend? No, congratulations. Really, the first time the Marching Buffaloes have ever made it? Damon says the talking box is on, comes from the old Periscope app. Thank you, Damon. Finally, somebody educating the young ones around here. Back in the day on Periscope, the talking box is on. As me and David Collier will be looking into the boxed little thing and going, is it on? Is it on? Really, we just, Petersburg just now. Hold on. Mark Finkner couldn't get the Petersburg band to state in 86 and 87? The hell? Chris, the return of at least 4 wide receiver screens for 2 yards. Don't know what that means, but I hate them all. Don't do it anymore. We talked about it at length on Rewind about going downfield with this Texas Tech offense. And if you run the football effectively, you should be able to have the whole point is to have a lot of big plays downfield. You got to get big plays down. If you're running the football effectively, if you've got Taj Brooks in today's game, you've got to have explosive plays over 20 yards. More than 3. 7 games in general, and they can't execute. Damon, I don't like bye weeks when you're winning. I like bye weeks when you're losing. Bye weeks are a momentum changer. I disagree. Bye weeks are great no matter when you get them. It should have been great, and it came at a great time because everybody felt good. You got healthy. You should be getting ready. Bye weeks are just a sophomoric reason to blame outcome. The Kansas City Chiefs under Andy Reid kill people on bye weeks, and they've been winning. The Kansas City Chiefs are incredible under bye weeks. So Baylor came off a bye week. Don't give me, don't give me the bye week crap. You had 2 weeks to prepare, and you're playing good. You should have been better. Bye week is an excuse when you lose. No. I'm not going to allow that to happen anymore around here. Not in Raiderland. Bye week when you're winning is great. Get healthy, continue on, get better, grow. You've got a great culture. Maximize that. If you screw that up, that's on you. It ain't the bye week that killed you. Butcher Shop, ribeye. I'm all about ribeye, bone in or otherwise. Just rolling through the comments tonight. You guys can share this with your friends, put it out there on social media, grow this, whether you are on YouTube, whether you're on Twitter X, whether you are on Facebook Live. And I want you to subscribe to all of them. Watch where you want. But please, if you're on one of our, 1,600 people on the Facebook page, that are like logged in and all that stuff, please go and follow us, subscribe or whatever on YouTube. Vice versa on Twitter X. Got 7,000 people on Twitter X. Go over to YouTube for a second, click subscribe, grow it. And everybody on YouTube, if you hit the like button while we're on, apparently it's a really good thing. We like that. Randy on YouTube, Facebook. Facebook, we know who Tech is. It's the same team that got taken to the wire against ACU. They got beat by Wazoo, a bad field goal kicker away from getting beat by Cincinnati and squeaked a win against a bad Arizona team. What will you say when they beat TCU? Colorado. I mean, you may be right. You may be wrong. Meltdowns are becoming all too common with Tech against non-ranked opponents. Are they? Most of the time you're playing non-ranked opponents. You sound like Norm Hitchkes going off on how coaches and players aren't cross-pollinating anymore. I wish I could do it. I can't do the Norm anymore. I can't make my voice do Norm Hitchkes. One of my favorite Norm Hitchkes deals, though, was, Norm was into trends. Trends are your friend. And this. So let's go with this for just a moment, if you will. If you will. I'm sorry. If you will, Randy, stay with me on this. So yesterday, sun comes up in the east. Day before, east. You know what it was? 2 days before, east. In between, east. So the sun comes up in the east all of those days. Guess where it's set? The sun set in the west. So what does that tell us? That the smart bet, sun's going to come up in the east. It's going to come up in the east, and then it's going to go down in the west. So what do we do with that? What do we do with that information? That's what's going to separate us, dictate where we go. East, west, sun, up, down, sun, east, west, up, down. Are you following me? That's where we're going to go, Randy. That's what we've got to pay attention to. We got to see the numbers. You got to see the numbers. I got a guy, 7th race Aqueduct today. The horse, sun rose in the east. All right, sorry. I hadn't done that one in a long time. I just saw Norm Hitchkes, and Randy, I hope you enjoyed it. God dang, that sucked. Sorry for everybody who had to endure that. I kept trying to get the Hitchkes voice, and I can't do it anymore. The thumbs up comes from Periscope as well. Yeah, sure did. Back in the day, Jeff. Utah fired their OC after the TCU loss. Not advocating for a change and Joey gets another year, but if we regress, surely the coordinators have to be looked at. They will be, no doubt. Hey, and welcome to Real College Football Utah. I thought it was kind of a weak-ass excuse that you've sat there and lied for weeks. Kyle Whittingham, he's a good coach, but he's a liar. And Cam Rice is going to be back. He's going to be back and everything else. Okay, well, do what you're going to do, but not a lot of love for him. D. Wayne on YouTube. Barron doesn't look like the gunslinger I thought he was. Remember the first game, Oklahoma State, when he was a freshman. I was so happy to see him start, but now he seems mad. Offensive line is substandard. You got to go downfield. I agree with that. And we talked about the idea that if you run the ball effectively like Tech, it's got to result in explosive plays. It's not. I think Tech has to be more aggressive downfield. Is that him? Is that Kitley? I don't know. And you can't blame it on the offensive line because play action passing allows you to go downfield. So even if you have a crappy offensive line pass protection, if you run play action passing, that buys you the time that you can get a route, and it's the average depth of target, not necessarily the average outcome of route. So if my average depth of target is between 10 and 12 or 15, I can get the 5 yards run after catch. That's an explosive play. You didn't have that this weekend. You didn't have that a couple of games this year. So I agree. Barron doesn't look as crazy and head on, hair on fire. But remember when he was a freshman, he was just running around, making plays, throwing around. Didn't matter. Wasn't playing in structure. So we have two different things going on here. I'm addressing one. You're talking about the other. I can still tell you that I've talked to at least 3 different people that are NFL related that still think the kid has very good upside, and they can't wait to see what he does when he gets on an NFL roster. Take it for what it's worth. I just pass along what I know. Andy Reid is 22-4 after a bye week. I think that's straight up. Really good. Bye weeks kill you. Not if you're good. Off of YouTube tonight. Windy. Is that Windy? Windy. Blanchard needs to reevaluate how he's looking at transfer portal linemen. If the line's going to suck, have young kids play so they could, so that we could have seniors, is what you're saying. Great comment. And in college football, from 2022 to now, that has been the great debate on, do you get linemen with starts and experience other places, get old, stay old, as they say. Get old, stay old, recycle in. Or do you get linemen out of the high school ranks, hope you get the right ones, because they're hard to figure out in the high school ranks, and then grow them up? I still think it's a combination. But what Wendy's saying, and I agree with this to an extent, that just because linemen have a bunch of starts, kind of like a pitcher coming up through AA, AAA, and making the majors, and text the majors, make no mistake about it, that you've been good here, and we bring you up. You hadn't had a lot of starts together. And I think there is something to be said, a lot to be said, about cohesion with an offensive line unit, of speaking the same language, playing around each other, and being able to do stuff. Tech's not alone in this. I think college football offensive lines have suffered all around college football the last 2-3 years because you have a mishmash of players thrown together every year, and you expect them to work like a unit. They're not a unit. And just because they played, a lot of snaps somewhere else, they haven't played yours. So, to what I would say, Wendy, every year sign seven offensive linemen. Oversign offensive linemen. Hold on to the ones you could get. Fill in as you go through with experienced, proven players at other levels. And I have a feeling, I think that's what they've tried to do. I think that Blanchard has tried to do that to an extent. But it's a win-now proposition. What used to be 5 years is 4 years for a coach. What used to be 4 is 3. We got people now in year 3 saying it's time to move on. Joey McGuire obviously doesn't get it. I know he's got a winning record in Big 12 play and everything. He doesn't get it, I don't know what that's a reference to, but I agree with it every dang day. CJ, PAP should be working because play action pass, PXP. By the way, that's the cool guy college football deal. PXP, play action pass. Should be working because Brooks is doing his part. It ought to be working for us. It must be Kitley. I don't know if it's Kitley not calling it enough. I don't know if it's guys not getting open. But, yeah, you got to take the shots downfield. 100%. The whole point of the run game is to open it up downfield. Tom Landry. Explosive plays, Dallas Cowboys. Tom Landry. Run game. Look it up. D-Wayne, getting old might not matter. Caleb Rogers is senior, but he's still suck. We got to have good players who get old, and he doesn't suck. He's playing out of position. He has never settled in and played a single position. D-Wayne, remember I said this Monday, October 21st. Caleb Rogers will start many games in the National Football League. He will. So you got another 5-star wide receiver commit for Big Ten and SEC. 4 big, don't know what you're talking about there. And I think if you saw something on Facebook or something, I think you got horns swoggled and lied to. Jeff, I know there will be more Tech fans in Fort Worth this weekend than TCU fans. Did you see where they are not selling individual tickets to the home BYU basketball game? I don't follow TCU stuff, so no, I would not see that. The whole point of the game is to score more points than the opponent. Nothing else matters. Well, that's not true. Frito pie matters. You know, there are all sorts of things that matter. Yes, the point is to score more and keep them from scoring too. Not just score more, but like you can do both. It's not mutually exclusive. I can play really good defense and I can play really good offense. In fact, it's what some people might call complementary football. It can be done. I've seen it. Frito pie only matters in Olton. That's not true, but I would say that Frito pie in Olton is probably the best Frito pie. We know Frito pie matters. Just ask the refs in Olton. Look at that. Seeing people are out there going, what the hell are they talking about? You got to pay attention to what happened. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago? They're at the Olton, was it Olton Farwell? Can't remember who was playing. I think it was Farwell. Golly. Go Mustangs. A lot of great Hyatts came out of Olton. CJ Green White Checker. Yeah, here we are, 701. So helmet stickers, Tech fan confidence level. Tomorrow we will get into NIL back pay. This is huge. We didn't have time to do it tonight. Part of the House settlement, they've just engendered. Is that the right word? Engendered. I may have that wrong. All student athletes from 2016, I think, to 2014, now to be entitled to back pay for the NCAA. The NCAA is dead, people. Tech can't afford it. The NCAA can't afford it. The average athlete is going to get $135,000 in back pay. NCAA is done. The basketball tournament can't make enough money. It's all over. I want you guys to, when we post this, share it with your friends, family, theraiderland.com. We'll post it there on the website. If you could do it on Twitter, at Ryan Hyatt Media, great. I want everybody who watches to follow us on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Click, done. Big thing right now is growing that YouTube channel. You don't even have to watch it on YouTube. Just go there, click subscribe, and everybody who watches on YouTube, like it, hit the like button while we're on. It's huge. It's massive. And that grows it for our great sponsors like Domino's Pizza, like United Supermarkets, like Arctic Air, all that stuff. All right. Let me clear up a few comments before we get out of here. You guys are the best. We have so much fun. Jan is one of our favorites. Jan, why do you get in so late? We go on at 6:30. We go off at 7 o'clock. After 50 years of watching Tech football, I've seen some really good games and some really bad games. We may be disappointed, but those young men are more disappointed. I hope you're right. I hope they're 100% disappointed. I hope they feel like absolute dog crap. And then I hope they get up on Sunday and go, you know what? I got a hell of a life. I'm getting NIL. I'm getting to go to school. I get to play football. I get to run out in front of 50,000 freaking people that are geeked up, 60,000 now, geeked up to see me. I hope they feel like crap. Then I hope they go, my goodness, what an awesome life I have. How good is this? and then they get over being gutted. They go out and gut it out. You know, what a great time to be a college athlete. They're not chasing down the pizza wagon like me and my friends were in 1988 and 1989 outside of Coleman Hall on Sunday nights because they didn't have the cafeteria open and they didn't have enough money to eat. I've told that story. I'll tell it again if I have to. Dio and Ryan, I had brisket Frito pie at Darrell Royal. Darrell Royal last year when Tech got blown out in Austin. Awful. 2 of 10. Well, you're having the wrong one. A little brisket Frito pie. You can do that. Mamaritas in Lubbock has a good one. It's not brisket, but it's a great Frito pie at Bigham's Barbecue in Lubbock. Bigham's, the real Bigham's. You're just living wrong going to those places. I can't help you. Do we have anything else on the text line, the chat line, whatever we're going to go? I don't think so. All right, you guys are awesome. Appreciate it. Everything you do. Thank you so much. You guys make this work. I have so much fun hanging out with you every day. I love what I'm doing. People ask, how come you ain't on radio? Because I'm doing radio every day, not on our radio station, but with you guys, it's much more interactive. It's much more interesting. We have much more fun, and our clients benefit much more than before. So, to that end, please support them. Please do what I ask you to do. Nicely and ask you to do. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media, and follow us on Facebook, man. It's a good deal. All right. And yes, David, real Frito pie is only served in the Frito bag. I agree, but sometimes you got to get it somewhere else. See you tomorrow. In the morning, theraiderland.com. The hot links are going to be spectacular. Tuesday's best question will be fantastic. Get in, comment, not a message board, but you can comment on our website. It makes you smarter. See you then.